on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Checkwitz. This is the Kaged Review, and this is a review for WWE Raw for 4/22/19. It was something that I actually had to miss last night because you had to release a Mortal Kombat, which I've got that started, loaded up, and I'm going to start doing videos with that here very soon. But for the show itself, I watched it this morning, and honestly, it's better than it was in the last couple of weeks. You start out with Triple H and Seth Rollins, and they're talking about Money in the Bank coming up and how relative that is to the heavyweight champion. Seth Rollins kind of gets his moment in the spotlight here. And Triple H says that, well, Money in the Bank is kind of jumping ahead. You got to figure out who you're facing at Money in the Bank. And so he says he's going to have 2 triple threat matches, and the winner of those 2 matches are going to main event the show tonight, and that winner is going to face him at Money in the Bank. So you have literally the 6 guys come out: Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio, Drew McIntyre, The Miz, Baron Corbin, and AJ Styles. A lot of guys from SmackDown trying to make an impact, or, trying to make an impact. And that leads right into your first match, which is AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. And with all 3 of these guys, you know it's going to be a good match, and it really was. And you had some really cool moments in it. Rey Mysterio is still just ageless, to be honest, and frankly, so is AJ Styles. AJ winds up picking up the win, and I thought that was very cool. Had a good showing and a good outcome there. Then you have Naomi comes out next, and she's going to take on Billie Kay of the Iconics, and of course you get the terrible Iconics promo as she walks down to the ring with Peyton Royce. And it's exactly what you would expect. Billie Kay is very awkward in the ring. Naomi had to carry the match, and that's 100% what it was. Naomi carrying a match that Billie Kay just was awkward as hell in. Thankfully, they gave Naomi the win, clean win, and there you go. You get another Bray Wyatt promo, and these promos, so far have been just bad. Just bad. And I don't know anybody that really likes this build-up for Bray Wyatt, and reasonably so. It's pretty ridiculous. Right after that, you get your second triple threat match already, which is The Miz, Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre. And this was actually a lot better match than I thought. Miz was really going to town, and I gotta say, I was really impressed. And Drew McIntyre, he looked the part. What I did not like was the winner, which was Baron Corbin. This is one of those guys I don't feel needs to be in the main event picture or even in the mid-card picture. I've said before, I like him as a person. As a person, he's really growing on me from what I've seen from social media and stuff like that. But his character in WWE is just bland, stale, boring, all those adjectives. So, yeah, Baron Corbin wins, and you already know that AJ is going to win over Baron Corbin. If they give Baron Corbin a title shot, I'm just done. And I mean that so literally and honestly. I would turn off the TV and alright guys, sorry, I'm done with WWE reviews, because I wouldn't watch this shit anymore. It's gone downhill quite a bit, but let's not sink to that level. So, backstage, you get an AJ Styles promo talking about Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin earlier was talking about how he beat Kurt Angle, and so AJ starts talking about his accolades, and he's like, it's not really about accolades, I'm here to pick a fight, and there you go. Sami Zayn promo next, a little awkward, kind of a long promo, honestly, and yeah, I don't know what to make of it. So, from there, you got Cedric Alexander versus Cesaro. Apparently, Alexander is on Raw. Cesaro, I don't know what's going on with Sheamus, why he hasn't been on the show. Cesaro's still wearing the bar shorts, so I guess they're still together. Maybe he's injured or doing something. But at any rate, it was Cesaro versus Cedric Alexander, and as much as I like Cedric Alexander, he's not really prominent, and that kind of shows you what they really think of Cesaro as a talent. I think Cesaro deserves way better than he's gotten in WWE. Could say that about a lot of the talent there. And so, yeah, backstage you get a Usos Revival promo. Usos were doing a backstage bit. Revival interrupt. Usos are really funny. They act like they're sleeping while the Revival's talking, and to do the welcome to the Uso penitentiary thing. So Usos are always good at promos. After that, you get the Viking Raiders. It was the Viking Experience. Now it's the Viking Raiders. I guess they don't know what the fuck to call them because everybody hated the Viking Experience. And I don't know that the Viking Raiders makes it any better, especially since you changed their name 1 week after introducing them to the main roster. At any rate, they take on Lucha House Party. It's an absolute squash. Viking Raiders just dominate all 3 members of the Lucha House Party. Backstage, you get a Hawkins and Ryder interview saying they earned the tag team championships when they won it the first time. They earned it this time, and they're not going to let the War Raiders, they're still War Raiders to me, come in and just take that. And then you get Becky Lynch. She does a little quick promo talking about Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans comes out. Not the greatest promo. And honestly, I really like Becky Lynch. I really do. Sometimes her promo work is good, really good. Sometimes it's okay, at best. And I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of slack for saying that because there's so many Becky Lynch supporters. And I love Becky Lynch. I think she's great. I think she's amazing in the ring. A lot of times she'll hit a home run with a promo. Not all the time, though. So this I felt was kind of stale with both promos. She then has a match with Alicia Fox. Pretty quick, gets a disarmer on her. Alicia taps. Lacey Evans comes in, hits Becky Lynch. And there you go. It's exactly what you would expect. Backstage, you get a Baron Corbin promo where he says everybody thinks he's, undeserving of this, undeserving of that, and he's going to prove to everybody how deserving he is by beating AJ Styles. Then you get Ricochet versus Bobby Roode. Ricochet, new to the scene. Bobby Roode, somewhat new. I mean, he's been there for about a year on the main roster. And they've changed his gimmick up. Bobby Roode is now Robert Roode. He's dropped Chad Gable, and he's totally heel now. And I really hope that they push this because this is where Bobby Roode excels. When he's a heel, he is amazing. If you ever seen his TNA run, it was phenomenal. It really was. It was just a great heel run for Bobby Roode in TNA. So I hope that they're bringing the Robert Roode thing into like a full push because I think that could be gold. So Roode wins over Ricochet, changing up his gimmick. He's got his first win there, and it's against somebody legitimate. So I really like that. I hope they do something with it now. You get a second Bray Wyatt promo, and this is actually Bray Wyatt. This is Bray Wyatt looking like he's teaching a class or something, and he's dressed up like a nerdy teacher. Really weird promo. I don't know what to make of this whole revamping of Bray Wyatt. I don't know. He had a cardboard cutout of what he used to look like, and he took a chainsaw to that, cut it in half. So apparently they're doing away with one gimmick and bringing in this new one. I hope it's a good gimmick because honestly it's looking kind of weird already. But whatever. Then you get AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. This is exactly what you think. Baron Corbin not nearly as talented as AJ Styles. AJ Styles carries the match. AJ Styles wins the match. Seth Rollins comes out. They shake hands. Mutual respect. That's the match for Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, WWE Universal Championship. Promises to be a good match. I think that's a main event anywhere. So, overall, it wasn't a bad Raw. I mean, there was definitely some things that I did not like about it, but that's WWE nowadays, and I've been way more lenient than I like to be, honestly, because I want to be a fan. I want to like wrestling, and so I really. It's funny because I've been giving these guys, not necessarily the best scores, but that's because they're serving shit. I mean, they're just giving you shit and, expecting everybody to eat it. I'm not that guy. I think that their product has gone so far downhill that at times it's just not even barely entertaining at all. And I'm talking about throughout whole 3 hour shows. Um, this wasn't bad. This was better than I think the last couple of weeks were. Um, I like the introduction, triple threat matches. Uh, and honestly, like I said, the second one with Miz, McIntyre, and Corbin was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Miz really went gung ho with it, and McIntyre I do like. So that was cool. Sami Zayn promo just didn't do much for me. Some of the matches were just there. Cedric Alexander and Cesaro was alright. So, I don't know. I did not like Baron Corbin being in the main event. He just does nothing for me, and I mean nothing as a character. So I really couldn't have given a shit less, and I expected AJ Styles to win. So I'm actually having a hard time with this one because I do like how it started out. I really do. I didn't like the Billie Kay Naomi match because Billie Kay sucks in the ring, and Naomi is way better, like by a mile. I'll cut this one right down the middle. 5 out of 10. I think that's all I can do. It's had some stuff that I really liked about it. It had some stuff that I didn't really like about it. And if I'm being honest, like if I was being really true to what I would probably give it a lower score than that. Because Billie Kay I didn't care about. Sami Zayn promo I didn't care about. Alexander and Cesaro was there. Vikings, they just destroyed Lucha House Party. That wasn't much of a bit. Didn't necessarily like the Becky Lynch Lacey Evans angle. Corbin promo. I don't care about Corbin. I did like the Ricochet Robert Roode thing. So yeah, if I was being honest, I'd probably give it a little bit less than halfway. But I'm going to give it halfway, I guess, to be nice. And I want to like wrestling. It is what it is, man. So there you are, 5 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackowitz. KH Nation, out.